This is Taking Stock on Bloomberg. I'm Pimm Fox. Now, according to a recent research report, the sales of Prosecco, this is the white wine that is native to northern Italy, well, those sales beat out champagne for the first time. That was in 2013. Now, the sparkling white wine shipped over 300 million bottles globally last year. David Noto, no stranger to all this information because he is the owner and the producer of Altaneve. It is a high-end Prosecco brand and is looking to make Prosecco popular or even more popular in the United States. Thanks for being here. Good to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell people, what is Prosecco?
Prosecco is an Italian white sparkling wine.
And how is it made?
It's made differently than champagne is made, by the grapes, by the region. Champagne is made in the Champagne region of France. Prosecco is made in the Prosecco growing region of Italy, which is northeastern Italy. And there is DOC and DOCG. And
what is DOC and DOCG for those that don't know all the acronyms?
I apologize.
No.
DOC, di origine controllata, and DOCG is di origine controllata e garantita. And they are government certifications for the quality and the region of the wine and its provenance.
So you know that if you see that label, that acronym, you know that you are getting Prosecco?
Yes,
okay.
No question about it.
And the kinds of grapes that you use to make Prosecco?
Prosecco is made predominantly, at least minimally, with 85% Galera, with Glera, grapes. But the lower quality or the super brut Proseccos can blend up to 15% using other grapes, like Bianchetta, Verdiso.
Blending it to make a richer, better, higher quality?
Not necessarily higher quality, to bump up the acidity, to bump up the structure, the minerality, but the best of all, Proseccos are 100% Glera, like a Blanc de Blanc champagne is 100% Chardonnay.
All right, tell us now about Altaneve and the creation of the Prosecco that you have.
The idea when we launched was to have the highest quality Prosecco in the world, from the premier terroir with the premier winemaking processes and even harvesting processes. And it is 100% Glera, as I said.
Does it require any special fermentation? I mean, for example, with champagne, you always look at vintages, for example, although there's non-vintage champagne, but for Prosecco, is that the same case?
It is and isn't. Prosecco, because it uses the Martinotti method or Charmat method, it's a much younger wine. So the vintage, it should be less than 2 years old for the best and highest quality.
Does this mean that the actual price of Prosecco is lower than, let's say, a comparable bottle of champagne?
In general, yes, because it requires less man-hours to create it, less time in the production facility to create it.
Now, going from the idea of something that is less costly than champagne, does this mean that people get to experiment more with drinks that are made using Prosecco?
Well, I guess that's much based on price point. The price point of champagne, mediocre champagne, start around $40, $45, and Prosecco started around $10. So it's a lot less financially
burdensome,
involving,
right? I mean,
to take a $150 bottle of champagne and mix it. You can take a $10, $20, $30 bottle of Prosecco and mix it very easily without any trouble.
And so what are the plans for Altaneve in the United States? What would you like to see happen?
I would like to see it grow into, or it already is, the highest quality Prosecco. I would like people to recognize it. We are doing a lot of brand marketing and event marketing for lifestyle around the brand, so that it can be known as Altaneve, not just Prosecco. Many people know champagne brands, but they don't know Prosecco brands. Well,
one thing people always want to know is, what does it cost? And I know that you have brought along a bottle that is at least 2 feet tall. I'm wondering, what is in it and how much does it cost?
Well, the smaller bottles are approximately 30, and the larger bottles are 3 liters, and they generally sell for about $155, $165.
And that would be for how many people to enjoy the Prosecco?
I would say about 20 to 25 people.
And do you recommend drinking Prosecco without anything in it, or do you experiment? What do you recommend?
With Prosecco all the time. Every possible combination you can blend in even vodkas with other juices to make something spectacular.
And how about for breakfast? I mean, is the Prosecco the kind of thing you could have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
I shouldn't admit this, but I have it often for breakfast, but with orange juice or with grapefruit juice or with is a Bellini with peach juice. I often have it then.
Well, I think that's certainly making everyone here very thirsty. I want to thank you very much. David Noto, he is the owner and the producer of Altaneve. Thanks for